All right, everybody, we are live from Circuit Motorsports, and I am just going to pull the live feed up on my laptop here so I can watch along with you guys and answer questions and comments. Tonight on our live feed, we are going to be talking about the fourth annual Subaru Mega Meet, which takes place here in Central Florida. This is the biggest Subaru meet in the southeast of the year. So it's a pretty big deal for Subaru people that live in the southeast, which is like Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, places like that. We're also going to be talking about chassis bracing. So specifically for Subaru chassis bracing, we're going to be talking about our Clutchmaster cylinder brace, which is specifically for the 2008 to 2014 Impreza, WRX, and STI. And we're going to talk about why that's really important for those cars in particular, because they have a situation from the factory that can cause some serious problems. We're also going to be talking about the Pitchstop, or the transmission brace. This fits basically every Subaru from like 1994 to 2018, and this covers everything from WRXs and STIs to Foresters, Outbacks, Legacies, pretty much anything that's a Subaru, this covers. So we're going to go over why that's a good piece to have, a good bang for the buck upgrade, and why it's important for your car and the performance of it. So let me go on here and make sure that we are good to go for our live feed, and it looks like we are. And I just want to make sure that the audio is working, and it looks like we're good to go. Cool. We're trying a new microphone setup, so I wanted to make sure the microphone was working, but it looks like we're good on the microphone. So the fourth annual Subaru Mega Meet. This is, like I said, the biggest Subaru event in the Southeast, and it takes place in Lakeland this year. It's at Fun and Sun, which is basically an airport, or like an airport style facility, and they actually have most of the facility rented out for the Mega Meet. And there's plenty of space for parking. There's usually quite a lot of Subarus, so there's a ton of space for parking, and the tarmac is actually going to be closed off for vendors. There's going to be a lot of vendors there. We are going to be there as a vendor. We are participating in the Mega Meet, and this is the cool part about the Mega Meet, and one of the big reasons people like to go, besides just hanging out with Subaru friends and meeting other Subaru people. There's a raffle that the vendors take part in, and this raffle is pretty awesome. This isn't a raffle where you win like Subaru socks or like a t-shirt or something like that. There's some really cool stuff that you can win at this raffle. For instance, we are going to be there and we are giving away one free dyno tune, which is pretty cool. That's usually costs around $600 or so to get a good dyno tune, and we're actually going to give one away for free. And how that works is you actually come out to the meet and you come to our booth and you have raffle tickets. And I believe you get a certain number of tickets just for attending, and then you can buy more raffle tickets. And every vendor booth is going to have a little box in their booth, and it's going to be labeled very specifically for the raffle. And you put your raffle tickets in there. And then at the end of the meet, there is a drawing. They have like a stage with a DJ and stuff like that. And they have a live drawing, and you can win all kinds of awesome stuff. So we're giving away a free dyno tune. There's another vendor giving away like $500 in gift cards for aftermarket wheels. I actually think I have the list here. So let me go down the list for you and just give you some quick ideas on some of the stuff that you can win. There's a lot of information here. So there's going to be an access port that they're giving away. There's t-shirts, there's a steering wheel, there's some more tuning time. You can get injectors, you can win gauges. It's pretty cool. There's quite a lot of awesome stuff that's worth a lot of money. This is stuff that's $600-700 in some cases, and you can win for like a few bucks on a raffle ticket. So that's pretty sweet. Some other cool stuff that they're going to have at the meet, besides the vendors, they're going to have food trucks. So there's going to be a lot of food there that you can eat and drink. It's last year they had food trucks there, and there was some pretty good stuff. And some really cool things they're going to have this year is the official rally team, the official Subaru rally team trailer is going to be there. They're going to be there with one of their GRC cars, and this is really cool. They're going to have the Isle of Man STI there, and if you're a fan of Subaru, you've probably seen they've taken a prepped STI out to the Isle of Man, which is typically a race that's run by motorcycles and not cars, but they allowed Subaru to run it, and they have set a world record there at that track, and the video is pretty awesome. The driving is pretty insane. They're like flat out the whole time, and some of the angles are just nuts that these guys were able to get the STI around the racetrack as fast as they did. My personal favorite, and this is probably the one thing that I'm most excited about, is Subaru's also bringing out a genuine 22B. And if you are a Subaru guy or girl and you know Subaru history, you know that the 22B is like the ultimate Subaru, variant that they've come out with. Unfortunately, we didn't get them here in the United States, but they are awesome. And most people have never even seen one in person, and they're actually going to have one there so you can look at it. I don't know if they're going to let you touch it or not. I might try to touch it. We'll see how that goes, but they're going to have that there, which is pretty cool. So the 4th Annual Subaru Mega Meet, it is this Saturday, and it's in Lakeland. And if you don't know where Lakeland is, it's right in between Orlando and Tampa. So it's very centrally located for the two major cities we have here in Florida. It's from 10 to 5, and I believe that the drawing is going to be sometime around 4 or 5 o'clock. They usually do it towards the end of the day. That's for the raffle. Point of advice would be it's very warm in Florida. It's usually very sunny. I would bring a hat or an umbrella or something like that. And also, PSA, don't be that guy at the meet. If you go to the meet, park your car, chill out, have fun. Don't be the guy that's like revving his car and trying to do a burnout and doing donuts or something like that. They will get very mad at you and they will kick you out. There was a bit of an incident last year where somebody was doing something like that, and it actually resulted in somebody getting hurt, which is not cool. So they are very strict about that. Don't go in there and think that you're going to be the coolest dude ever and try to do a burnout or something. Nobody likes that, so don't do it. So 4th Annual Subaru Mega Meet, it is this Saturday. That's 2 days away, and it is in Lakeland, Florida. I'm going to put a link in our comment section down below, and that will link you to the official Facebook page, and it has all of the information there. That's actually what I was just reading, and all the information is going to be there. But if you have any questions at all, you could post in the Facebook event. You can post here on our video, and we'll answer any questions you have. So I'm just looking to see if there's any questions so far. Just a bunch of people excited about the Mega Meet, it looks like, which is to be expected. By the way, if you're just joining us, or if this is the first video you've watched, we would very much appreciate it if you would like our page, and don't forget to hit the follow button. If you hit the follow button, it will notify you when we have live videos like this, when we post YouTube videos, when we have blog posts or updates from the shop, and you will get those notifications right away. We would also appreciate it if you like this video to hit the like button or the love button or the wow button on the video. You can hit the angry button if you want. That's fine too. But post some comments down below. If you guys have any questions throughout this video, please post them below. If you are just excited to see me talking to you, that's cool too. Just put a comment down below. And even if you're watching this video after it's gone off of being live and you have a question on something we talked about, or you just want to see something else that we maybe didn't cover, post a comment down there, because we hang around after the video's over and we will answer your questions. And it also helps us to do future videos if we hear back from you guys on what you want to hear. So I'm going to move on to our next subject. Just trying to make sure that my page keeps updating here so I can see your questions. And my laptop is a little slow, so I apologize. Okay, cool. So next subject is chassis bracing, and this is very Subaru specific again. This is like a very Subaru episode tonight. The first one we're going to talk about, we'll talk about the pitch stop, since this covers, like I said, pretty much every Subaru out there. The Pitchstop, and I don't have a visual reference here for you, so I'm just going to explain this as best as I can, but I will put a link down below which has all the information on this. This mounts to your firewall and goes to your transmission. So if this is the firewall in your engine bay, your transmission, your engine would be here, it mounts to your transmission, and then it mounts to your firewall. And this brace, basically all by itself, is what keeps your engine and transmission from rocking back and forth in the chassis. So when you get on the gas really hard and the engine wants to torque backwards, or when you go to shift and you've got that momentary loss of, when you get off the throttle and it all wants to kind of shift back forward, this will actually help to prevent the drivetrain from shifting back and forth, forward and aft when you get on and off the gas or when you're in between shifts. The engine mounts are mounted basically like parallel to this, and they're more for stopping the engine from rocking left and right. They don't really do a whole lot for keeping it, going front to back. Same with like the transmission mounts. They help a little bit, but not a lot unless you upgrade them. Now, as a point of reference, this is the stock Pitchstop. So you can see, the difference between these two. And let me see if I can, just want to make sure that you guys can see what I'm actually talking about here. Cool. So this is the stock one, and this is ours, the aftermarket one here. So you can see just the size difference in how thin this is. And the major difference with this one is this is plastic. So this is just plastic and rubber. And you can see here on this one, this rubber has got a lot of voids in it. And the reason they do that is so instead of it being a solid piece, it can move around. And this rubber is pretty soft. If you put a screwdriver in here, you can move this around quite a bit. And this is like most cars. They put a very soft rubber in here, and this is plastic just for, the cost of manufacturing. And the reason they do this is so it absorbs a little bit of noise and vibration, because not everybody wants their Subaru to be a race car, right? So for, the older folks or the soccer moms or whoever, this will absorb some vibration. The problem is this still allows a lot of movement. So this bushing in particular right here, it still allows, the engine and transmission, the drivetrain, to move around a little bit. And this being a thin plastic, these actually do break. We've seen these broken. A car comes in and they might be complaining about a clunking noise or something like that, and we take the intercooler off, and this is broken. This sits underneath the top mount, so you generally won't see it unless you take the intercooler off. So this is what the stock one looks like, and this is what ours looks like. So we make this. This is actually a Circuit Motorsports product. This was designed and manufactured by us. So this is starts off as a block of T6061 aluminum. So this is a billet brace, and then we machine it. And we wanted to make it, pretty, but we also added in some functionality. So we've got these little holes here. And the reason we put these holes here is sometimes people have like an air oil separator, and you've got air lines, or you've got fuel lines, or we've even seen people mount like top mount oil coolers, and you need, somewhere to put a bracket or something like that. So that's why these little holes are in there. It's just basically like an extra thought that we wanted to put into it instead of just making a bunch of holes or something like that. So anyway, this is solid aluminum, and these are a very hard durometer polymer bushing. And these bushings will add a little bit of noise and vibration absorption, a little bit, not a lot. But even if you put one of these in your car, in my experience anyway, you're not really going to get like a ton of vibration or noise that's going to come through the car. It's not, sometimes you don't even know it's there if you're just sitting there idling. But the big difference that you'll feel is when you put one of these braces in, your shifts are going to feel a lot more crisp. So, especially like when you go from second to third, sometimes you go to third and you kind of feel like the car wants to lurch forward. This is going to take away a lot of that feeling. So you're going to shift and it's going to feel a lot more direct. The other advantage that it has is your throttle is going to feel a lot more responsive. So when you go to get on the gas, what happens is your engine and drivetrain, it uses some energy to kind of get set into place. So if you've got something like this and stock engine mounts and stock transmission mounts and a stock differential mount, and maybe the car's got some miles on it and the rubber's a little old, it uses some energy just moving back into the car. And then once it can't move anymore, a little more of that energy gets distributed through the transmission and into the wheels and tires and into the road. So what ends up happening when you start stiffening up your drivetrain, when you hit the throttle, you're not going to have that sensation of like rearward movement and then the car feels like it goes forward. It's going to be direct. It's going to be really crisp. You're going to have the same thing when you brake, and it's not as significant when you brake, because when you're braking, you're feeling a lot more of just the force of the car, slowing down, and you get some weight transfer to the front. But again, anything that prevents the engine and the transmission from moving independently of the chassis is going to help with the car feel and the crispness, because you don't want your car to be moving independently of the engine and transmission. You really want them to be, kind of one unit as they move around. So let me look at the questions we have here. We are going to be bringing these to the Mega Meet, so we're going to have pitch stops at the Mega Meet. They come in green, black, gray, and red, and we'll have these with us. We're also going to bring the braces, which I'm going to go over here in a minute. Zach has got a question about the pre-meet. I have seen literally like 15 pre-meets. So if you go on Facebook and you type in Subaru Mega Meet, there's going to probably be like 5 or 6 things that pop up that are pre-meets. There's people coming from all over Florida. I know there's some groups here in Orlando that are putting a pre-meet together. I'm just taking a wild guess, but I'm pretty sure everybody's going to have a pre-meet from like Tampa, Daytona, Orlando, Jacksonville. There's pre-meets everywhere. We actually have to be there really early to set up as a vendor, so we're not having a pre-meet to drive out there. The gates open at 10 a.m. for attendees. As vendors, we've got to be there at like 7 a.m. or something, so we have to leave very early to set up, and that way when you guys get there, we have all the cool stuff already laid out, and you don't have to watch us struggling to put a tent up, which can be a struggle, let me tell you. So Bobby is saying, yeah, there's a bunch of pre-meets, I would highly recommend just checking on Facebook and just scrolling down and seeing which pre-meets is going to be best for you. We got another question that says, and it's from, and I want to say your name is Joan, but I'm probably messing that up, and if I did, I'm sorry. He's asking if he should arrive early. I would actually discourage arriving early for the one reason that if you arrive really early, it can actually prevent vendors and people getting in that need to be there. So like there's going to be vendors there like us. There's going to be food truck guys. There's also going to be, I think, like EMTs and police officers and stuff like that. They're going to be like, just helping basically keep the meet together. So don't get there crazy early. Probably not a bad idea to maybe try to be there at like 9, but I wouldn't get there like crazy early. Robert wants to know what the cost of the pitch stops is, so that's a good question. These are $120. We're going to have a special at the Mega Meet for $99. And like I said, we're going to have a bunch of different colors. And these colors will match the Clutchmaster cylinder brace, which we're going to get to here in a second. But that's the cost of these. And these are super nice. These are made in America. These aren't made in China or, some other crazy country. But these are billet aluminum. They're CNC manufactured here in America. They were designed here in America by us. It's all made in America. Even the bushings are made in America. We strive for quality. We'd rather have a really nice quality part that costs a little bit more money and supports, American industry than not. So I'm not going to preach too much on that, but these are really good stuff. So that's the pitch stop. And again, these literally fit. Like if you've got a 1994 Impreza L, this will fit it. If you have a 1996 Impreza Outback, this will fit it. If you have any year, basically Impreza WRX or STI, if you've got a Legacy, if you've got an Outback, if you have a Forester, I don't know if I've ever put one on a Tribeca, but it probably would fit on a Tribeca. But Subaru loves to reuse this exact pitch stop, and these will fit basically anything. So even the 2015 plus WRXs, same exact pitch stop. The 2015 to 18 STIs, same exact pitch stop. So this will literally fit on just about any Subaru, and this is built aluminum. It should probably outlast the car. I don't think you'll ever have a problem with it. One last thing I didn't touch on is the color is very unique. This is actually a military spec or a military grade hard coat anodize, and it gives it a very like matte finish, but it actually makes the surface of the aluminum harder. So this is not just like a paint or a powder coat or something like that. This is a hard coat anodized. This is like what you would see on like a military, like a rifle or something like that. That's why the color is very unique. It's very like matte. Going back to the questions, looks like we're good right now on questions. Okay, cool. So next up is the Clutchmaster cylinder brace. This is a raw brace. This is just uncoated aluminum. I've got another one here that's coated that I'll show you. This is year specific. So this is specific for the 2008 to 2014 Subaru Impreza, WRX, and STI. So basically anything that's an Impreza chassis, which the WRX and STIs are Impreza chassis, this will fit. Now, this is designed specifically for a problem that those cars have from the factory. And what ends up happening is the clutch pedal assembly and the brake pedal are mounted to the same bracket up underneath the dashboard. So if I'm sitting in the car, the dashboard's in front of you, it's way up under the dashboard. There's this little, like a metal trapezoid looking pedal box, and it's mounted to the chassis. Now, instead of it being welded all the way around, to the chassis, like would be a good idea, there's just a few spot welds that hold it in place. And the metal is very, very flimsy, and the firewall is also very thin there. And what happens is, when you push the clutch pedal in, if you were in the engine bay, you would see where the firewall, where the clutch master cylinder is mounted to the firewall, it moves. So it moves quite a bit. So every time you push the pedal, the firewall flexes, and that clutch master cylinder moves. And over time, all that flexing back and forth, I mean, think about how many times you push the clutch pedal in, even just driving to work. You probably push it in 100 times. What happens is those welds start to stress, and then they crack, and then they break. And what happens when those clutch welds break is the pedal box now moves independently of the rest of the chassis. So as you're pushing the clutch pedal in, it's moving around, and then it stresses the other welds even more, and then those break. What eventually happens is they will all break, and then when you go to push the clutch pedal in, the whole pedal assembly moves around, and the little rod that goes into the clutch master itself that pushes the fluid in won't go in anymore because it's at a weird angle, and the car is undrivable. So you basically can't push the clutch pedal in, and you can't drive the car. And we've had probably 10 or 15 cars like that come into the shop, and they get towed in, obviously, and the only real fix for it that we would recommend is you have to take the whole dashboard out, which is a big job, and then you have to weld the pedal box back in place. Now, we've got a blog post that covers all this, and I'm going to put that link in the comments section here shortly, and you'll be able to actually read the whole blog post and see pictures and see exactly what I'm talking about, because it's better with a visual reference, obviously. But this is a major problem. Now, some people will fix it by drilling out the spot welds and putting like a bolt and a nut through there. That can work too. Sometimes that's temporary. Sometimes it doesn't work, as good as welding it. So what we did was we designed this brace to try and limit the movement of the clutch master cylinder. And how this works is, so this would be the pitch stop in the engine bay. This would be the firewall of the car. This actually mounts through the pitch stop, and the clutch master cylinder would sit right here, and it braces it. So basically, if you're looking at it like you're looking into the engine bay, this is the firewall part, and it sits right next to the pitch stop. So what this brace does is it gives 4 points of contact. You've got the pitch stop, you've got the 2 studs from the clutch master cylinder brace, and then we've got a little Delrin cup that pushes up against the firewall, and it braces everything together, and it makes a really solid connection. And what that does is it stops a lot of that clutch master cylinder movement from the firewall, and it has 2 basically beneficial side effects. One is it will help to prevent those clutch welds from failing. So if the clutch welds have not broken on your car, if your car still feels fine, highly recommend putting this brace on there because it can actually prevent those clutch welds from breaking in the future. We've also had cars that have come in and either one or two of the welds are broken or they're getting a lot of squeaking or a lot of popping from their pedal, and we install one of these braces and it goes away. That's not all the time, so I don't want to lie to you and say this is like, the best thing ever and it's going to fix all your problems. Sometimes if it's broken, it's too broken, and this isn't going to help you. You're going to have to weld it. But we have had cars come in, you push the pedal down, it squeaks, really annoying, kind of drives you crazy, squeaks. Or, you're getting a popping sound, which is those welds kind of moving back and forth. We install it, noises go away. So this can help you if you're starting to experience some problems. It can help you if you don't have any problems at all and you don't want problems. So I would highly recommend this brace if you have a 2008 to 2014 Impreza, WRX, or STI. We actually install these in cars that we do the welding on. So we'll weld up the clutch pedal box, put the dashboard back in, put the car back together for the customer, and we'll install one of these. And the reason is, even if you weld the pedal box, you still have that movement on the master cylinder, and this will actually give you better clutch pedal feel. So if you're in the car and you push the clutch pedal down and you get up to that point where you feel the engagement of the clutch, this can actually help with that because you're getting less firewall movement and you're getting a lot more direct feel through the clutch pedal. So it can actually give you better feedback on when your clutch is engaging and disengaging. So this is a raw aluminum uncoated brace, and I'm going to pull a new one out of the box and show you. But let me look at the questions here. Juan was asking if anyone's ever had any issues with an aftermarket pitch stop. On the only thing that I would think of is on the 2015 plus WRXs, some of the brackets have been breaking, but on the actual chassis itself. But that happens with the stock pitch stop too. It's just another kind of design flaw from Subaru. But they're fixing those under a TSB. So if you go back to the dealership, if you've got a 15 to 18 WRX, they'll fix that for free. As far as other trouble with the aftermarket pitch stop, like I said, you might get a little bit more noise and vibration, but it's probably minimal. You probably wouldn't even really notice it, to be honest. Julio's excited. He's got a 2018 STI. Those are awesome. Sorry, we just had a weird noise here in the shop. The 2018s are really nice. I really, really like the 6-pot brakes on the front, and the bumper's a little bit more aggressive, which is pretty cool. I'm a fan of the 2018s. Paul Cacciatore is very excited. He's the guy that puts on the Subaru Mega Meet. Jesus has got a 2018 STI. There's a lot of guys with 2018 STIs. So, this is the Mega Meet's a great event to go to if you just got a Subaru and you want to meet other people with Subarus. And the other thing you can do at the Mega Meet is talk to the vendors that are there. So, again, we'll be there. We are more than happy to talk to you guys and girls if you have any questions. Use that time to talk to the vendors that are there with shops or the parts manufacturers. If you have a question on, hey, what's the best, first mod for, my car, and you could have a pitch stop. This is a great bang for the buck mod. You could ask, what's a good tuning solution for my car? What are good brake pads for my car? I want to autocross my car. I want to track my car. I just want to, drive my car every day. What would be, some good mods for that? What kind of oil do you recommend? You can really ask whatever question you want. This is a great place to do it because we're there, we're in front of you. You can meet us in person. We're very happy to answer your questions. We do this because we're passionate about it. We're all car guys, we're all car girls. We love that stuff. So don't be afraid to come out to the meet and ask questions. It's a great place to do it. Julio's in Castleberry. He's going to come by our shop. Awesome. We are located in Castleberry, which is just north of Orlando, but we normally just say Orlando because nobody knows where Castleberry is or what Castleberry is. William wants to know if we're going to build more of our own products. So we do actually have plans for more products. We actually have the pitch stop and the clutch master cylinder brace. We have a power steering cooler kit that we're coming out with soon for the 08 to 14 STIs, and we have some other stuff that we'd like to come out with. Depending on how the braces do, and if people have feedback, if there's any parts that you guys want, we're always there's water in here, by the way. I know this is a party cup, but this is actually water, just in case you wanted to know. If you guys have any suggestions on parts, anything that you hate about your car, oh man, it'd be great if somebody made XYZ. Put it in the comments section or tell us in person. We've got an engineer that we work with who's really talented, and he's the one that designed the Clutch Master cylinder brace and the Pitchstop. And we would love to hear feedback from you guys. That just basically helps us to know, where the market is, what you guys want, what you don't want. We don't want to make another set of lug nuts or something that nobody wants, and the market's flooded or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, if you buy a Clutch Master cylinder brace, what you get. So this is the box that it comes in. It comes in a nice little white box. Comes wrapped in bubble wrap. A little bit of packing material in here. I'm going to set this aside. And here's the hardware. So this is the little Delrin cup that I was talking about. You can see here it's got a new mounting bolt for the Pitchstop. And then this is a little Delrin. It's kind of like a hard plastic cup. And this actually gets tightened down to the firewall, and that's what keeps everything really tight and braced. So I think this is a black brace. They come in the same exact colors as the Pitchstop. So if you wanted to get a Pitchstop and a brace and have them match in color, you could do that. They come in black, gray, green. We call it JDM green. This is actually the JDM green. It's like kind of a weird, cool sea green. Black, red, gray, and green. Black is probably the most popular just because people sometimes they just want it to kind of disappear into the engine bay. The red is really cool. It's kind of like a dark red brick color. This is the black brace. So this is what it looks like coated. It's the same as the Pitchstop. It is a mil-spec hard coat anodize. So this is really tough stuff. It's not like a paint or just like a powder coating. So this is the black one. It's got our logo engraved on there, and then underneath we've just got these little cool cuts. Unfortunately, you will never see this once it's in the car. So even the brace is kind of hard to see once it's in the car. So I would highly recommend taking a picture of this when you get it, or just holding it in your hands for about 15 minutes. Maybe put it under your pillow for a night, because this gets very buried in the engine bay. But once it's in there, it's awesome. It does a great job. We were very happy with the results from it, and a lot of the customers that we have are very happy with it, and they say, "Oh, it's great. It got rid of my squeak. It got rid of the, the clutch pedal pop, et cetera, et cetera." But yeah, this is called the Clutch Master Cylinder Brace, or we just call it a CMCB for short. I'm going to put a link in the comments section here shortly. You'll be able to go to our website, check it out. We also have a blog post that talks about it, and we have a video that goes over the install. These normally go for $179.99. This is the same quality as the Pitchstop. So this is a 6061 aluminum. It's billet aluminum. It is CNC machined. If you get one and you've got it in your hand, you can see it's a very, very high quality part. This isn't like a stamped steel thing that's welded together in China or someplace. This is made in America, designed in America, very nice stuff. Again, that's something that we try and strive for, is quality and fitment. So I'm going to go back to the questions here. There was a strange noise. I don't know what that was. I'm here by myself. The doors are all locked. I don't know what that noise was, but it was kind of weird. People are talking about donuts. I hope there's donuts, because I love donuts. Lots of people talking about donuts right now. So that pretty much covers what we had for tonight. I don't know what time it is, because my phone is currently recording me. I think we've been live for about 40 minutes or so. So if anyone has any specific questions, feel free to post them right now. We'll do Q&A for about the next 5 or 10 minutes if anybody has any questions. Other than that, what I will do right now, waiting for some questions, is I'm going to post a link to the event. So I'm going to put that right here in the comments section, if I can get this to work, which it's not working currently. Oh, hold on. There we go. Technical difficulties. Okay, so I just posted the Facebook official event for the Mega Meet in the comments section. So if you guys go into the comments section, you'll be able to see that. Take the link to the Facebook page. I have the Facebook page open right now. It says there's like 1,000 people going. There's going to be a lot of Subarus there. And it's Subaru only. So I don't know if I mentioned that, but it is a Subaru specific event. So if you want to get into the event, if you want to hang out with your friends and stuff like that, you should probably bring a Subaru. Because if you bring like an Evo or like a 240, they probably won't like that. It's a Subaru specific event, so make sure you've got a Subaru. I just put a link in the comments, and I am also going to include the links for the Clutch Master Cylinder Brace and the Pitchstop. So I'm going to put those down there for you guys. And these links are going to be, one of them is a blog post, which goes over the Clutch Master Cylinder Brace in detail. There's a lot of specific pictures on what the clutch weld failure looks like. So if you want to walk out to your car and see if you're experiencing that issue, we've got pictures on what to look for if that's failed. We've got pictures of it installed, a little bit of information on where it goes exactly, and a link to how you install it. Let's see, what else? A bunch of people laughing about only Subarus. It's only Subarus, sorry. We are actually going to have, we host events here at our shop, and we will have some announcements soon on some meets that we're going to have here at Circuit Motorsports, which again is here north of Orlando. And we have specific meets sometimes for certain cars, but generally we have what we call a circuit social. And that's just a meet for anybody to come out to and hang out at the shop. So we open up the shop. Anyone is welcome to come. Subarus, Nissans, 240s, Toyotas, whatever you have. We have meets here at the shop. So again, if you have not already, I would highly recommend and appreciate if you would like our Facebook page, and make sure you click the follow button. That little button up there that's got the little radar looking thing on it that says follow or following. Make sure you're following our page. Because the way that Facebook works, if you don't click follow, you probably won't see any of our updates. So if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, if you're interested in seeing posts about car meets, if you're interested about seeing posts about like car specific parts or tips and tricks on stuff, make sure you like the page and follow it. And again, if you've got any questions, please post down in the video comments section, like the video, share the video. The more engagement we get from you guys, the more we'll be able to help you out with good information and tips. And we just like to hear from you guys. We do also have a YouTube channel. Max just mentioned that. We have a YouTube channel that's got some videos on it that have tips and tricks. We will normally try to post some videos that we do live on YouTube as well. We've got a blog, so I posted a link in the comments section to the blog. We've got a lot of cool posts in there, a lot of informational posts. We've got some builds that we've done, lots of cool stuff on our blog as well. Obviously our Facebook page, and we have an Instagram as well. We try to post some things on Instagram from our day-to-day stuff in the shop. William just asked about our shop, and I'm going to post another link in here for you guys for the Pitchstop, and that way you've got all the information for the Pitchstop and the Clutch Master Cylinder Brace and the Subaru Mega Meet. So that stuff is all in the comments. Julio wants to know when. I'm assuming he's talking about the meets here at the shop. We're going to have those very soon. We just moved into the shop not that long ago. We're still trying to get some stuff set up. So the best way to find out about the meets is to like and follow our Facebook page. William wants to know about our shop. So we just moved into a pretty big shop. It's an 11,000 square foot facility. It's located just north of Orlando here in Central Florida. We have a really nice showroom. We've got a really nice waiting area for customers. We've got an 8,000 square foot shop. We've got a Mustang all-wheel drive dyno, and we're capable of doing just about anything to your car. So if you're looking for parts, we sell just about every part you can imagine. We can install just about any part you can imagine. We can fabricate parts. So if you are looking for like custom intercooler piping, if you're looking for custom intake piping, if you're looking for a custom exhaust, if you're looking for like a custom external wastegate dump back into your downpipe, which is what we're doing right now for a customer, we can do fabrication as well. We do both TIG and MIG welding. We do dyno tuning. So we are Cobb authorized pro tuner. We're also an Ecutech master tuner. So we tune STIs, BRZs, WRXs. We actually tune a lot of different stuff. We can tune Haltech, we can tune AEM, standalones, etc., etc. We do maintenance. So if you need a clutch replaced, if you want your timing belt replaced, if you just want your trans and your diff fluid replaced, we do all of that as well. We use OEM quality parts or better. Sometimes it's actually better to come somewhere like our shop than it is to a dealership for maintenance, because sometimes the dealership doesn't do everything that they're supposed to do, or they don't understand how certain parts work with aftermarket parts or with OEM parts. So yeah, that's a little bit about our shop. We are open Monday to Friday, 10 to 6. We have a Facebook page, an email, phone, any way that you guys want to contact us, feel free to do that. Again, any questions you have specifically, feel free to post those in the comment section below, or shoot us a Facebook message or an email, or give us a phone call. Paul wants to thank Circuit Motorsports. Paul Cacciatore, if you see him in the comments, he's actually the one that helped start the Mega Meet. He's the one that puts it on every year. He does a lot of hard work to put it together for you guys. It's like I said, it's going to be pretty awesome this year. There's going to be some support from Subaru themselves with cars and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty awesome. So any other questions you guys have, we're going to stick around for just a little bit longer. And then I'm probably going to go eat some donuts or ice cream or something. I'm a little hungry. We're in Florida, by the way. I'm assuming you guys all know that, so this is Eastern time. So just to close out here, if we get any more questions that pop through, I'll try to answer them for you guys. This is our Facebook live feed. We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. So if you guys have any questions that you want answered on our Facebook live events, you can post those comments below, or post those comments live when we are doing our live feed here. It's every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes it's just me. My name's Tristan. I'm the owner of Circuit Motorsports. I probably should have said that like 45 minutes ago. But we have guests on. We have people locally that are customers of ours, or other people that work in the industry. Next week, I believe our live video is going to be on autocrossing. And if you are interested in autocrossing, or you're interested in getting into autocrossing, or you have a question on what should I do to get into autocrossing, what should I do to my car to get it ready to autocross, where can I autocross, what is autocrossing, we're going to go over autocross in detail next week, and we're going to have one of our good clients here. He is an accomplished autocrosser. He's one of our sponsored drivers, and he actually won his class this season in 2017. He's going to be here with me. We're going to be talking about autocross, answering your questions about autocross. It's going to be pretty cool. Miranda wants donuts. I want donuts. But yeah, we're going to be here next week at 7 p.m. So again, please like and follow our page. You will get notified when we go live, or when we have videos posted that talk about things like bracing and mega meets and autocross. In the future, we're going to cover stuff like track days. Again, like what you should do to get ready for a track day. What's the best thing to do to your car before you go on a track day event. We're going to talk about parts, good parts versus bad parts. We're going to talk about tuning. We're going to talk about fabrication. We're going to talk about Subarus and Nissans and Hondas and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to have a live feed every Thursday at 7. We're going to try. So make sure that you come back and you check out the page, and you like and you follow the page, so you'll get that information. So we're going to close it out here. I don't see any more questions from anybody. I can't see all of your comments, by the way. So if I missed one of your comments, the comments move pretty quick on the live feed. I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to answer as many of your questions as I can after the fact. So today and tomorrow, or tonight and tomorrow. So if I didn't see your question or your comment, I'm not ignoring you. I can only see about the last 5 comments on here. But anyway, I want to thank all of you guys that came in and watched us live. I want to thank all of you out there that are watching this that is after the live event and it's just been recorded. One last time, like, share the video. If you have any questions, please post those in the comments. Like, follow the page. You'll get updates from us. Any questions you have in general, please feel free to call the shop. We are always happy to talk cars. We are always happy to help you guys and girls out with your cars about tuning and parts and upgrades. We do this because we're passionate about it. We will be at the Subaru Mega Meet in 2 days. It is Saturday, this Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are going to be there with our booth and our cars. Please come out and say hi. I'm going to be there along with Paul and Jay, who are the other 2 salespeople that work here. Come up and say hi. If you like the video, let us know. If you have any questions about the video, let us know. If you just want to make fun of me, that's cool too. But we will be there. Please come say hi. Come talk to us. We are very excited to be there and meet you guys. So, that being said, I think we are just about done. I don't see any more questions. Very happy that you guys tuned in tonight. I very much appreciate your support. And like I said, if you have any questions or want to contact us, please do that. Otherwise, have a great night. We will see you guys in 2 days at the Subaru Mega Meet. Good night, guys.